This week, I spent most of my time covering a murder trial in Saskatoon Court of Queen's Bench. Elvin Patrick Jr. Naistus is accused of stabbing Billy Johnston in the Northwoods Inn parking lot on Ottawa Drive back in April 2015. Now, he was charged with second-degree murder after Johnston died from a stab wound to the chest. This is a jury trial, so the Crown was able to outline how it's going to proceed with its case. It seeks to prove that Naistus and Johnston were in a motel room, had a confrontation, left, went into the parking lot, and kind of faced off with bladed weapons before Naistus stabbed Johnston in the head and heart. So far, the trial has seen a cell phone video taken by a woman who was on the second floor of the Northwoods Motel when the altercation broke out around 6:30 that morning. It shows two men kind of moving back and forth in the parking lot before one man eventually lunges at the other, who then falls to the ground. Now, the witness who took the video says that man is Billy Johnston. A security guard was on the scene and he testified to seeing something similar. He says he saw a man chasing another man and then swing at him with what he thought was a knife. He said the man, quote, collapsed like a tree. Now, we got a different version of events from Naistus's friend who testified on Wednesday. He said that it was the victim who was the aggressor and that Naistus was pursued before the two men disappeared around a corner. He said Naistus then came running back, holding a knife, said something about stabbing someone, and demanded a ride. Now, later that afternoon, a dagger and a sheath were found just 3 blocks north of the motel. This trial is scheduled to last about 15 days and will continue on Monday. And this story isn't about what happened inside the courtroom, but outside the courthouse. On Wednesday night, you might have heard there was an explosion at one of the entrances to the Saskatoon Provincial Court building on 19th Street. It happened around 11:30 p.m. Police say it was an improvised explosive device on the lower end of the spectrum. Now, they don't believe that it's linked to any kind of international terrorism activity, but they aren't ruling it out as a potential act of domestic terrorism. Now, I was in court the next morning, and I can say that security was very heightened with police officers both inside and outside the courthouse. Right now, investigators are asking businesses for any security footage that they might have as they look for suspects. As always, you can read more detailed accounts of these stories at thestarphoenix.com.